Goeiedag! Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And wow, you know, there's a big black hole between what the media is saying and what the ANC are doing. And I'll explain to you in a minute what I'm talking about. But we're talking about basically the racist ANC policy of black empowerment through, or black privilege through black economic empowerment, or triple B double E for the really well-connected ANC cadres who are cleaning up and becoming millionaires and billionaires on the backs of the rest of the population. It is an absolutely disgusting deception. But let's get back to the point. And this is why what I'm going to be talking about now will never ever happen. Because the ANC and the South African Communist Party and COSATU, the trade union movement, are never ever going to let go of black economic empowerment, because those at the top, those at the very top, are scoring so well out of that. They don't care about anybody else and the impact of BEE or black economic empowerment on the rest of the population in South Africa. It is the most incredible deception I have ever seen in my life. Now, a few weeks ago, I talked about South African Airways being the canary in the cage. Yeah, South African Airways, the canary in the cage. Because at South African Airways, you had an organization called South African Airways Technical, where because of BEE, they had to employ people who were not qualified. They didn't have the right certification. They couldn't sign off on things that they were, and there was this huge drama back in November. Remember that? And of course, since then, South African Airways has just come completely pear-shaped. Now, this is what the rescue practitioner is suggesting. But he is living in Cloud Cuckoo land, because the ANC and their communist mates, they're never ever going to get rid of BEE, black economic empowerment, which is destroying South Africa. You know, it's like the ostrich in the sand. Their heads are so deep in the sand that all they can see is their asses. You know, it is absolutely ridiculous what is happening. But let me give you the story. Let me add some meat to the bone. There is a reasonable chance that South African Airways can be saved. A team of turnaround specialists appointed to try and pull the state-run carrier back from the brink of collapse said on Friday. Les Madison, the business rescue practitioner charged with assessing whether there was any chance of rescuing the state-run carrier and its 10,000 related jobs. 10,000 related jobs. And his team argued that rescuing South African Airways was the preferable option. The statement said, "We are of the belief that their business rescue process will achieve a better outcome for all stakeholders than an immediate liquidation. In event of liquidation of South African Airways, proceeds would all go to preference creditors, leaving nothing for concurrent creditors," they said, giving an argument against it. Earlier this month, the government put South African Airways into business rescue, a form of bankruptcy protection, where a specialist advisor takes control of a company to restructure it, after a crippling strike exacerbated substantial financial problems and left it at risk of going bust. While the decision to attempt to salvage it is a much-needed vote of confidence in South African Airways, once Africa's biggest airline and a former source of patriotic pride, it is unclear what form it could take in the future and how many jobs can be saved. Matheson said creditors had approved an extension to the deadline to present a plan for South African Airways rescue until no later than the end of February next year. Now, there are a couple of things I want to say here. First of all, end of February next year is at pretty well the same time that Moody's are going to more than likely downgrade the rand to junk, which means that anyone wanting to invest in South Africa will say, forget it, I'm not going there. Keep me away from South Africa. And more importantly, when you look at what is happening within the whole area of employment in South Africa, these racist ANC policies, black economic employment, affirmative action, BBBEE, broad-based black economic empowerment, which basically is an extension that empowers and enriches the top of the ANC. And for people who understand what I'm talking about, they'll know what I'm talking about. This whole thing is about the transfer of wealth from the old society, which was the pre-1994 society, into the hands of the new super wealthy, who are the well-connected ANC cadres and their family and friends. And the general black population are the biggest losers. You ask any black African living in a township, whether it be in the area of Durban, Johannesburg, Pretoria, Cape Town, Bloemfontein, you name it. You ask them, obviously they have to be old enough, but you ask them when their services were better, pre-1994 or post-1994. And I can give you the answer right now without even having to do the survey. Because I'm telling you that the reason there's so much disruption in the townships right now in South Africa is because the services have collapsed because of black economic empowerment in the municipalities. They have totally corrupted, stolen, they've destroyed the whole infrastructure that was created before the ANC took power. That's what's happening. And as I've always said, South African Airways is just a canary in the cage when we're talking about the other state-owned enterprises, because they're going the same way. Alright guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video, please share this video, and above all, stay safe. Bye for now.